All right, everybody, what is going on? We are a few days away from the Tech Ultimate Gohan EZA right here, and I'm kind of dry on content at the moment. I could be showcasing the Tech Exchange Boo and some of the fights that we have on Global right now, but I just don't find those fights very interesting or engaging, just because of how much more powerful we are than the bosses that are out right now in the game. So until we get Tech Ultimate Gohan's EZA, I'm kind of dry on videos that I could be doing. So we're going to do something fun. By the way, just real quick, if you guys are curious where I am to find this countdown right here, go to the link in the description below to the Dokkan info website, and then go to cards, and then schedule, and then you'll be able to see this page as well. Make sure that you're on like the, version that you need. You guys can't see it, but up here in the top right corner, I have like the American flag selected, which puts me on the US version of the game. And then I can see the countdown. Well, I say US version, just like the international global version for the game. And then I can see these countdowns right here. So if you're curious about where these come from, that's where you can do it. As soon as the data download happens, we can see this all right here on the site, courtesy of Harry Turney. What is it? At Asuna or at Harry Turney, whatever it is on Twitter. So let me pull them up. Here we go, right here. And you can see if you follow them, they have links to the descriptions right here in their bio. So anyway, let's go ahead. What we're going to be doing is a Dokkan Battle Intros tier list made here by It's Tinjay, so that's what we're going to be doing right here. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to pull up the intro on the side. We're going to watch it, and then I'm going to rank it. So without further ado, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and pull up the Gods intro, and we will get started. This is all, I believe, 50 intros that we've had since the game started. I'm not including any of the, Turn 1, Int Ribrianne, Launch, Great Saiyaman, like those characters that have it's not really an intro, it's actually just like a turn 1 transformation. Those were kind of the prelude to intro animations, but I'm not including any of them on the list. So let's go ahead, we'll get the Gods pulled up, and then we will get them ranked.
1対1にこだわってる場合じゃないだろう。
Alright, I have always liked the LR Gods intro. I always think it's pretty good. I've always liked their OST a lot. I think the animations are very good. The voice acting is good. It's kind of like it's a combination of stuff from the actual movie, but it's kind of like it's almost a Dokkan original animation to some extent, just what's going on there. Obviously they didn't both power up at the same time and then go fight Broly. That didn't happen. So that's kind of like a improvised animation by Dokkan. So, I don't know. I've always really liked it. I'm going to start with them in B tier. That may be a little low, but just since they're the first one, we're going to move this we're going to move this around a little bit as we go. But just for now, I'm going to kind of put it in the top. This is this is the top tier up here, and then this is the bottom tier. So we're going to start with them at kind of the bottom of the top tier, just kind of right in the middle as a baseline for the moment. I like them. There are definitely intros that I like more than that. There's definitely some that I like less than that. Let's go ahead. We'll get the LR Super Saiyan 4s pulled up, and then we will and then we'll rank them.
待たせたな、カカロット。いけるぜ、ベジータ。
Alright, this may be a bit of a controversial take, but I've actually never really liked their intro. The animation is definitely really good. It's from a pretty good moment in the series, but voice acting's fine, but I don't know. I find it really short. I'm not a big fan of their OST. I think it's really short and it loops too quickly. I don't know. Just for me, this one's going to probably be a D. It's definitely not close to the Gods. It's definitely a step down for me. I'm not a huge fan of this intro right here. I don't know, just something about it, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so raw." It's I don't is there really that much of a difference between this one and where are they? You guys know exactly who I'm talking about right here. The only difference between this intro and this intro right here is that they scream for a little bit. They have the same intro, but theirs they just have a attached to it for a little bit. So I don't know. By the way, this one's pretty bad too, but Yeah, I don't know. I've just never been a huge fan of that intro. It is what it is. You know, you can't tell me that I'm wrong. This is my opinion. Make your own list. So next up, we have this one. I guess I'll pull this up. This doesn't have like voice acting or anything, but we'll pull up this one. All right, so that's like that's like probably down here in F. Like, I mean, the animation's fine, but there's no voice acting. I get they're doing like a remix of "We Got a Power" and like the intro and everything, but I don't know. Like, that's just kind of like a whatever. I mean, it's free to play, so I can't hate on it too much, but it's definitely like a step down from this because at least this has like voice acting and everything. I do like the OST better in this one though, but yeah, I mean, this is just a free to play unit. At the same time, though, this guy's a free-to-play unit, so I don't know. Next up, we have the Kaioken Goku and Vegeta. I'm just going to watch both of these at the same time. We'll watch them back-to-back, and then we will rank both of them.
You're about to learn the hard way that effort alone isn't enough to reach my level!
落ちこぼれだって必死で努力すりゃエリートを超えることがあるかもよ
Yeah, I'm sorry. Those are both going down here in F. They're ahead of this one, but, like, they're really short. I don't know. They feel rushed. The voice acting, it definitely sounds like old audio files. Like, I don't know. Like, for such, like, an iconic moment, I feel like those are rushed. Maybe that's exactly how it played out, but they could have made those, like, longer, make them a little bit more drawn out. Like, they just feel so... like nothing. I know I accidentally played the English one for Vegeta, by the way, but it's just like that has to be like some of the I don't know. I just don't like those. How about that? Next up, we do have Majin Vegeta.
トランクス、お前は赤ん坊の頃から一度も抱いてやったことがなかったな。抱かせてくれ。
なんだよパパやめてよ恥ずかしいよ
元気でな、トランクス。
All right, that's another really good intro, I think. I'm going to put that one at the top of B for the moment. I think that's kind of like on par. I think it's a nice drawn out moment. The thing I really like about intros, right, it's a way for them to get more voice acting, more OSTs, more animations into the game. And so whenever they take time to make a really long or intro animation like this, I think that's fine. One, because you can skip them, but two, I mean, it's just like, you know, part of the big enjoyment for enjoying Dokkan is just like watching these animations, feeling like you're kind of reliving parts of the anime whenever you see it. And I just think they did this moment like really, really well. I mean, they could have easily made this like a support memory, and it wouldn't have been voiced. It wouldn't have had an OST, but instead they made it this nice intro. I think it's really good. It's very high quality. I like the OST. I think it's like a nice pace. It doesn't loop too soon like the LR Super Saiyan 4s feels like it does. I could probably put this one up into A, but I want to reserve A for now for some of the ones that are just like really special, but that aren't just quite like insane tier, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Majin Vegeta's very good. It shows off what I think an intro should be, which is just like a nice moment that, you know, doesn't really fit into like an attack animation, but doesn't really work maybe as an active skill. You could have made that an active skill, I guess, but, or like an exchange, like if it was like a, kind of like they did with the Gohan and Trunks, right? Where Gohan neck chops Trunks. That's actually kind of an interesting parallel, right? Like Trunks as a kid gets neck chopped by Vegeta, and then Trunks as like a teenager gets neck chopped by Gohan in the future. Anyway, but yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. So next up, we have the ROF Blues.
こっからが本気と本気の勝負だ これがスーパーサイヤ人ゴッドを超えた姿だお互い目いっぺいやろうぜ
Alright, that one's not terrible. I'd probably put that in about the same tier as here. Maybe a little bit higher. I'd probably put theirs above there. I could even do this. Let's do here. I really wish they had taken more time with this one. I feel like whenever, Goku first goes blue, if you pull up like the actual animation, I feel like they put like a little bit more care into like those, I don't want to call them scales, but like almost like the metamorphosis of him transforming. It's like the way like the blue kind of like encases him and then it like cracks and like peels off of him felt like it just feels like they could have made that a little bit more drawn out in his intro. I feel like in the anime it was longer, at least my memory of it. It feels like a little bit more drawn out. Again, there's no reason to rush these intros. You can have an intro play for a minute and a half and it's going to be fine. People are going to enjoy it so long as, it's like an interesting moment or it has a good OST, the animations are done well, voice acting is good, etc. But this is definitely one where it feels like, maybe we could have made like the pan a little bit slower, like the spin with the camera. I really don't like how half of the intro is him talking and it's zooming out of like his midsection. I'm not really a huge fan of that. But yeah, I feel like this could have been maybe just put a little bit more care into it. But we all know what they were busy working on. So let's go ahead. We got a really good one coming up.
それではお見せしましょう。私の新たなる進化を。わかりやすく金色にしてみましたが、肝心すぎましたかね。安っぽいネーミングですが、ゴールデンフリーザとでも言いましょうか。
All right, this OST alone, right? Like that gets it up into like at least A tier. Like just the OST alone. I mean, this is honestly probably one of the S tier intros. I mean, Golden Free. I mean, come on. Like this is insane. We've gotten some really good intros up here recently, but I mean, come on, like that is so good. Just like the theatrics of it, the OST, the choir in the background, going dun 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 dun. Like they're all just like singing in the back. It's like, oh my goodness, Golden Frieza is here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put this one in S tentatively. It's definitely the best we've seen so far, like by far. So. Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll put it up in S for now. It just like this one has so much presence, and then of course the character's good, which helps. But we're just looking at the intro here. I think OST is a banger. Voice lines are crisp and clear. The animations are really good. They're like reflective of the anime. It's like that shot of Golden Frieza, flexing as it like pans up on him. Like I don't know. Like this is really good. I'm hoping one day we get like an equally as good animation for whenever Angel Frieza first goes golden, out there. Like whenever he comes back from Otherworld, he's standing there, all the assassins from that other universe are there. You guys know the scene. And like the world lights up gold. Like it just like I hope they take their time with that one day whenever we eventually get that like Angel Frieza. I hope that's an intro and I hope they make it just perfect. I want those arms to shudder and then flex out and become gold. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, like that. Ooh, I'd play it if they weren't going to copyright me, but yeah, that is you guys know exactly what. And then the spin, they got to get that spin right. You guys know the Golden Frieza spin, the way the camera goes around him whenever he's sitting there posing. Like you guys can't see me. If I had a camera, you guys could see me, but it's like he's sitting there and his arms are out, legs are crossed, head is back, and it just like spins. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a crazy intro one day. So, anyway, Frieza, a very theatrical person. Next up, we have Vegeta and Trunks.
トランクスこの先を見ろまだ見ぬ敵を宇宙最強お前が誇り高きサイヤ人の血を引く者ならば俺の息子ならば誰にも負けることは許さん俺超えてみせます目の前の敵もトンさんも
All right, I'm always a big fan. I've always been a big fan of Vegeta and Trunks. This is like my favorite unit, probably in Dokkan. Maybe it's him. It's probably them or God Goku as my favorite unit. But anyway, I really like their intro. I don't think it's quite on par with Golden Frieza's. I'd say it's kind of up here with like these guys. Maybe like right here or maybe here. For now, let me put it here. But I really like their intro. I feel like Vegeta just kind of like gets Trunks pumped and then it gets me pumped. We've got a pretty good OST playing. You know, there's not a lot to it, and then just the way they both power up, I think, is just like a really nice touch, right? Anytime we get to see kind of auras get activated, I think that is pretty good. I mean, he activates an aura too, but there's like it just kind of pops on just like the anime. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I really like theirs. They could easily be A tier, but I think there's some on here that I would rather have an A tier. So for now, we're going to put them at the top of B. They may end up at the bottom of A once everything's kind of set. Again, I'm going to shuffle this around a little bit once we get it complete, but I do want to watch all the intros first, give my initial thoughts, and then we'll kind of shuffle it around from there. This is probably going to be a bit of a longer video, but I mean, each of these is going to be like, you know, 30 seconds at least or something like that. So I'll try to keep this as brief as I can, but hopefully you guys are enjoying. So let me know your thoughts so far. You know, be sure if you're going to comment about any specific thing, you guys leave timestamps. That way I, you know, can kind of know what you're referencing, because I am not going to remember everything that I said in probably this hour-long video here. So next up, we do have Fusion Zamasu.
我が姿は正義我が姿は世界あがめよたたえよこの気高くも美しい不死にして最強の神ザマスを
There we go. All right, that's another really good one right there. I'm going to go ahead and throw it into A tier. I don't think it's quite on Golden Frieza level. I do think it's good. I think it's like, you know, a perfect representation of what happened in the anime pretty much. I don't know, just the way like Zamasu, like, you know, he's got his arms, just this is a really good one. This is a really good one. OST fits it perfectly. Yeah, I'm just going to put that in A. Just because I don't think it's quite up there with Golden Frieza, but that is another really, really good intro animation, obviously. One thing I kind of wish that they would do, for something like that, can you imagine if, like, the Red Zone bosses had intro animations that you had to watch? Like, that'd be so cool to kind of, like, load into a fight, and he starts, like, playing that OST, and then he starts doing his arms and talking to you like that. Like, you, the player, suddenly he's talking to you like that. Like, I don't know. That'd make me want to, like, fight bosses even more, I think. So, that'd be really cool if they started giving bosses intro animations. I think that'd be something cool that they could do. So, I mean, they have them in-game, you know, why not? Just use them more in events. That'd be pretty interesting. But yeah, I'm going to throw that up there in A for now. Next up, we got Cooler. All right, that's a very simple yet effective intro right there. We're going to go ahead and throw it up here at the top of A tier. It's definitely up here with Fusion Zamasu. I mean, Fusion Zamasu's is nice and drawn out and long. Cooler's is one of the very few intros that is short, but is actually, like, really good. They could have easily made this the active skill if they wanted to, but they didn't. They made this the intro. I don't know. This is just... The OST is really good. Just his presence, you know, Cooler just flexing and then like raising his arm and causing an earthquake. I don't know. Like that's just always been, this has always just been one of the really good intros. Maybe actually I should put it down here, but I don't know. Just like his presence, man. Like Cooler's presence is just like, he's just saying, here I am. Like, I am here and you are done, you know? Like, that's just kind of how it felt back in the day. Now, unfortunately, you play it and he does that and then he gets one shot. But back in the day, it's like, man, you played that intro and whatever you were fighting was done. I mean, it was over. Red Zone Broly. Well, Red Zone Broly actually could catch this guy a little bit. But, like, Omega, Dunskies. Back whenever Terrifying Conquerors was a real team. But yeah, definitely pretty good. And then you, of course, had, you know, LR Golden Frieza fit perfectly on his team. It's like, man, you'd just be watching a movie. You'd load into these events, and you'd have Cooler do that, then you'd have Frieza do his, and it was like, all right, dude, we got the whole family here ready to, you know, kick ass. I think I actually do. Well, do I like Vegeta and Trunks' more than Cooler's? I don't know. I'll think about it. We got the Gammas up next. We're just going to play both of them.
私の邪魔をするというのなら受けて立とう私こそがスーパーヒーローだ僕はヘド博士の最高傑作 そしてスーパーヒーローだ。
All right, of course, Gamma 2, we got to throw him up here. We got to throw Gamma 2 up here. I mean, his is just short and sweet, just like Cooler's, but I don't know, just like the gun twirl into the holster, his presence, it's Gamma 2, the OST is a banger. I mean, that's just beautiful. Unfortunately, Gamma 1, you're going in C tier. Actually... Yeah, no, Gamma 1 is still C tier. I don't know. I really like the metal clanging of his fist, you know, whenever he's, like, doing the fist thing. And then, like, the neck crack. Like, I like that. I think his OST is still decent. It's a little bit on the shorter side for sure, but I don't know. Like, I still like it, you know. It's still just, like, it's Gamma 1. You know, Gamma 2's is, like, much more, like, lighthearted, playful, you know, exhilarating. Gamma 1's is like the serious. He's like, Gamma 1's like, all right, dude, I'm here to, you know, beat ass. Whereas Gamma 2's is like, all right, dude, let's like kill each other or something. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, like this guy, he still means business, right? Like that's, you know, Gamma 1's not going to have some crazy dance or crazy power up. Like he's just walking out, bare knuckle, gonna brawl you, crack his neck, and you're done. You're done, man. Like, I don't know. There's just like a seriousness about it, which I think fits his character. Again, I don't like this one. These are trash. And I definitely like Gamma 1's more than theirs. I think theirs is a little overrated, but I guess next up we have Bardock. So I guess let's just do Bardock and Yamcha together. We'll play both of theirs. All right, so that's kind of like two ends of the spectrum right there. Of course, Bardock's is going up here into the top of A tier. Well, actually, is it? Yeah, it is. It is. It's in A tier for sure. Yamcha, you're down here in like D. Who cares about you? Where does yours go? I mean, this is definitely one of the better ones. This one also had like a lot of meme potential, which was cool. Do I like it better than all of these though? I don't. Like, can I put it up here with Frieza? I'm sure some people could. I would understand if people had it like up here in the top tier. It's definitely really good. It captures like that whole moment really well. The fade from Goku to Frieza is always really good. The world exploding. It's a nice and long one. Yeah, you know what? Let's put it up here for now. Some of these may end up a little bit lower once we get into some of these new intros. Like, I mean, come on. Like, we all know where this guy is going. This guy is the swaggiest dude on the block. Like, I'm sorry, Gamma 2, but, you know? Like, you just have, like, guitar, Gamma 2. This guy brought the heavy hitters. He brought the jazz. All right, next up we have the superhero units. We'll do both of those, and then we'll do both of these. Like, we'll do these two, rank them, and then these two, and then rank them. All right, not gonna lie to you guys, both of those are pretty mid. Yeah, I like. There's not a lot going on with either of those. Their their mouth isn't moving when they're talking. I'm gonna put Piccolo's over Gohan's. I'm gonna put them both here. Might do that. There we go. Yeah, there's the D tier right there. Yeah, I mean, they're short. Piccolo's is okay. This is, like, I don't know. They're just too short. Their animations are fine, I guess. But again, like, there's a lot of talking. Mouth aren't moving. Some of these, it has that. I don't know. I don't feel very hype watching those. I'm sorry. All right, these two are next. Yeah, I don't. Those are going down here too. Uh, yeah, I mean this doesn't even really matter, but yeah, those are pretty. Eh, like they're okay. I get that they're like an homage to like Kai and Z. I mean, they're literally like the intros from Kai and Z, but sorry, they just don't do it for me. We got God Goku next. Okay.
俺がスーパーサイヤ人ゴッド、こんな世界があったなんてよ。
Right, of course, that is a very, very good intro. That's probably gonna go at the top of A tier. I mean, it could even probably go into S actually for now. I put it up here. Yeah, just because like that's again, it's a nice long intro. The voice acting is fine. It like goes over that whole scene, right? You know, we get to see like the Great Ape, we get to see like the first Super Saiyan or whatever. Like I don't know, like it's nice and drawn out. Like the zoom out from the pool, the shine, the him coming out of like the smoke into the Super Saiyan God form. It all just looks really good. It's nice, long, and drawn out. So that's a really good intro. Next up we do have Boo.
待たない。戦う。
All right, short and sweet. Not too bad. I'm gonna put it like here with Gamma 1. I kind of feel the same way about Gamma 1 in this Boo intro. Both are like short, but they're to the point. I mean, this is a nice animation, right? Like just Boo's intro is him tired of waiting. He's ready to fight right now. Like I like it. I wouldn't put it quite on par with these, which are, you know, like this is nice and long. You know, this one has like the nice aura powering up. Again, this one still probably might end up in A tier, but yeah, I'd put it right here at the top of C. Not to say it's bad, but it's short. It's really short, but I mean, it's exactly what it needs to be, right? It's like he blows over the timer. He's like, all right, let's go. You know, like that's, you know, I'm Boo. I'm ready to fight. No more waiting. So yeah, I mean, that one's fine. It's just short. I really like the long intros. You guys can tell that like the best ones that I've got up here, all these nice like really long ones. It's like if you're gonna be short, you better be fire, and your OST better be really good. So that's kind of what's going on with these guys. Is like this guy. I mean, his presence is just known immediately from his intro. I could even, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I actually feel better about this. Yeah, like this guy is really cool, but the more I think about it, I really like the speech they're giving, and I mean this guy's crazy. I mean don't get me wrong, he sat up there in A tier for a good chunk of the video, but the more I think about it, the more I think I'm kind of disrespecting theirs a little bit. But yeah, I like this at the moment. Okay, we'll play all three of these next. Actually, this is a free to play unit. I don't care about them. They're going down here. Not that like free to play, like this guy's a free to play unit, but he actually has a really good intro. So, same thing with them. They're going down here. I mean, theirs is fine, but again, there's no voice acting, so I don't. Yeah, I haven't actually watched theirs yet. Okay, so yeah, we'll watch these three next right here, and then we will rank them.
さてとそろそろ全開でいくかな。徳がおめえなんかに天下は取らせねえからな。
この俺はピッコロ大魔王の生まれ変わりだ。再びピッコロ様の天下がよみがえるのだ。
確かこの近くのはずなんだけど。
All right, three pretty decent intros right there. I'm going to put these guys, I'm going to put them, I guess I'll put them in B. I'll put them in B tier. I'll put Bulma. I'll put all three B. I'll put all three in B. These are all like high quality animations. These two I think have just you know, they don't have any power-ups or anything like that, but I really love Piccolo Jr.'s just, like, presence, you know, like, he's given his whole monologue. Same thing with Goku. Like, he has, like, the belt tightening, you know, like, we got a bunch of different shots in there. We got some, like, you know, back then we didn't really power up or have auras like they do now. So this was, like, the equivalent, you know. It's like instead of Goku, like, charging up ki, he's, like, tightening that waistband. And Piccolo Jr.'s out here just, like, showboating. Bulma, I think, obviously, I mean, you know, you can't really give Bulma an intro of, like, you know, getting ready for battle or something. So her just like pulling up in the car, parking, getting out, like the sound effects are good. I don't know. I think the quality of this is pretty good. So, I mean, it's kind of insane to have this on the same tier as like Cooler and these. Like, maybe I should move Bulma down one. Let's move Bulma down one. We'll keep these two up here just because like their intensity is off the charts. But yeah, it feels weird to have Bulma in the same tier as like this guy. You know, these three are all pretty similar, right? They're short and sweet, but you like feel their presence. I mean, Piccolo's these guys aren't that short, you know, compared to like him, who's just like bang bang. We're in the intro, but you know, it's like they establish presence, which I think is nice. Boo's does too, but his is just too short. I'm sorry. Gamma One's is just kind of okay. It's definitely better than these guys though. Yeah. I don't know. Listen, it's my list. Make your own. I don't care. Okay. I am not willing to hear any arguments. I want you to just say, wow, I think your list is interesting. I like your opinion on this. I disagree here. Haha, this is how I would make mine. You know, like that's, if anybody's down there telling me that I'm wrong for my opinion on tier lists, what if I just ban you? What if I did that? No, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably just like your comment and move on. But anyway, we got Dr. Wheelo next. All right, it's extremely short. It is extremely short. But like, I don't know. It's Dr. Wheelo. Like what, you know? I don't know. I'm going to put it up here in D tier. But just know that, like, I just respect the fact that they gave voice acting to Dr. Wheelo. You know, they could have done it like some of these other free-to-play cards where there is no voice acting, but they didn't. They just, they actually gave voice acting to our boy Dr. Wheelo. This should have been a summonable unit. I'm still kind of salty they made this a Prime Battle LR, but at least we do have a Dr. Wheelo in the game now. That's crazy. Look at Cochin right there. We have Turles next up, and then Omega. I'll probably just play both of these.
まさかあのガキサイヤ人こいつは本物だ
見よこれが全ての邪悪竜の頂点に立つ俺様の真の姿
All right, those are both pretty good intros. Turles's is pretty solid, actually. I'm going to put it right up here in B tier somewhere. I'm going to put it, I think, right above Cooler. It's definitely, like, there's a lot of effort put into this one, right? Like, you got, you know, the little, like, computer screen, sphere, spaceship monitor thing, like it's all glowy colors, you know, the voice acting is good, you got the whispering, but I mean it's still like high quality. You got the chin wag, you know, at the end there, he's like giving a little chuckle, you know. I think it's very high quality, it's very good. For me personally, it doesn't really get me hype, so like it loses out a little bit there. Compared to like Vegeta and Trunks or like God Goku or Golden Frieza, something like that, Gamma 2. But I do think it's like probably a higher quality of animation than like Cooler. It's probably like, you know, Majin Vegeta and Turles there have about like equal levels of like length and quality to their animation. So I think that's good. Omega, we're also going to put up here as well. I think I'm going to put him actually in A tier. I'm going to put him right below Vegeta and Trunks. I don't know. Just, I think his is just really good. I don't know how to describe it. I just really like Omegas. Just like him sucking up the balls, you know, just he gargles them, swallows them. The sound effects are all really good. They have like the chest, you know, like the light beams emitting from the balls. The voice line, like the voice acting is really good. Just I don't know. I don't know. I really like that Omega one for some reason. So we'll play all of these next, all 5 of these.
サイヤ人に限界などない。ああ、フルパワーだ。
神が行えば善となることも、人が行えばこれ皆悪となり罪となるのだ。やはり人間は危険な存在。
地球は俺が守ってみせる。
マキがあんたに渡してって。
やらなければいけないんだ。俺がこの世界に生きる人間として。
How about that? These two sucked. I'm going to put them here with these guys. I guess they have, like, better audio quality than them, so I'll put them above them. Yeah, like, these are way too short. Like, these are way too short. I'm sorry. Zamasu should have been monologuing for, like, 50 minutes. That should have been the intro. It's just, like, Zamasu monologuing for half an hour or something. I don't know. These guys, you could have figured out something else to do with them, surely. At least have maybe like a power-up scene. You know, like I don't really like theirs, but if their intro is more akin to theirs, at least they'd maybe go up a tier, right? Right? Like if they just had like a power-up. Like this intro, or this intro right here is the same as this one, but without the power-up. Like basically, right? So it makes sense to me why they'd be so close together, but theirs is a tier higher because it's actually like, I don't know, there's like some depth to it a little bit. Whereas theirs is just like over. That's the intro. You know, it's just like Saiyans have no limits. Yeah, you got that right, Vegeta. Like that's the intro. This guy, this one's super disappointing. He should be up here like with these guys. This villain should have been up here monologuing for half an hour. That intro should have been 50 minutes long. Just him up there the entire anime episode just monologuing about mortals. This one's pretty good. I like I like it. I mean, for a banner unit, I think this is pretty high praise. Put it right here next to Kochin. I don't know. This is like pretty unique as well. This could have been a support memory as well, and they made it an intro, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I remember watching this and I was like, why is the Zamasu animation better than theirs? Like, I think a lot of people had that same sentiment. It's just like, why is the banner unit animation like better than the Dokkan Fest? That doesn't make any sense. Trunks, I don't really like his. At least it's kind of long and it has some depth to it. But ever since somebody said like this sounds like a Pirates of the Caribbean, like Disney like waiting line, like you're in line to ride the Pirates of the Caribbean Disney World like ride. That's what the song sounds like. I was like, oh, that is kind of what it sounds like. Like it's like Disney waiting music, like elevator music at Disney. And ever since they said that, I can't unthink it. And then this guy's is just really short. I know this is like a Dokkan original animation, kinda, because they ripped this, I believe, from the second Broly movie. I believe is where this animation actually comes from. But I don't know. I've just never been a big fan of this intro. Like, it's just kind of whatever. He flies in and he powers up. Like, you know, it's like the same as Yamcha's. Like, basically, I'm gonna put him above. I'll put them above Yamcha because Yamcha's is just Yamcha walks up and he's like, "All right, time to end the fight." Like, that's okay. Thanks, Yamcha. Like, there's no power up here. The OST is like okay, but I Yeah, I don't know. Just not huge fans of the Worldwide Celebration intro animations. Next up, we do have 18 and 17, and then the Universe 2 girls. Let's go ahead and check those out.
我が名は人造人間17号どちらが強いか決着をつけよう
そして我が名は人造人間18号第7宇宙の女神咲かせましょう響かせましょう愛と勝利の歌をフォーメーション
All right, so you guys know that I've said this before. I really like both of these intros. I'm going to put them up here. I will put it in A tier. You could get me to talk me into that one at S, but I'm actually going to put these up here. I don't know. They're just so like both of these intros every time, they just like make me really happy. One, I just love this moment from the Tournament of Power whenever 17 and 18 were just like playing into it. They're just like, whatever, dude. Just like, yes, I'm the villain from Universe 7, you know, like, and I'm the goddess, we're here to destroy you, or whatever, you know, they're playing into the whole, like, Power Rangers, like, hero of justice superhero thing, and then, of course, like, they're just doing it seriously, but this animation's really good. They got, like, the whole, I don't know, like, everything is just really well animated here. It's so cheery and happy. The OST just makes me smile every time. I don't know how to explain it, but these are, like, Gamma 2 level, right? Like, they both just bring me so much joy right here. You know what I'm actually gonna do, right? I'm actually going to add a row below right here, and I'm just going to call this like, we're going to call this A, and this is going to turn into SS, and we're going to do this. I'm sorry, like these three animations, I got to put them in a tier of their own. I'm sorry, these are just, like, these are just really good. Like, these are those, like, superhero, like, intro animations, and I just like them. I don't know. I can't explain it to you. I have no explanation. Does that mean I could probably move some up into this A tier? Probably. Let's move Turles up there. We'll move him down there. We'll keep Cooler. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. I feel pretty happy about this now. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I don't know. Just put them three on the same line right there. They're just like, I don't know. Like I love it. I love it. That's all I got to tell you. All right, we will play these next three. We'll play these next three together.
ティータイムを始めましょう
All right, I really love their OST. Their OST is so good. I'm gonna put that up here in the B tier. We're gonna put it like right up here with like we'll put it right above the gods is where we're gonna put that. Limit Breaker Vegito. You get like D tier. I'm sorry. Okay, so you know if Trunks is like Disney waiting room, this guy is Justice League Unlimited or something like that. Like that's his intro. It's just very short. There's not much to it. I mean, he looks really cool. They got the Pataras clanking, but there's just not much to this intro, unfortunately. And then she goes down in trash. I'm sorry. At least she's voiced. But yeah, she goes down here with them where it's just like, you might as well have just not had an intro. Like half a second intro. Like, come on. Like this wasn't even worth me playing. It was so short. Who do we have next? Oh, the trio. I really like theirs. Okay, hang on. We'll play it. We'll play it. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna put it with here. I'm gonna put it right here. is where actually I'm going to put it above them. Yeah, right there. That's a really good spot. You know, there's not much to it. It's just three Saiyans screaming. But I don't know. It's just like Vegeta powers up, right? And then Trunks has the smirk, and then he powers up. And then the zoom out shot that has all three of them with the pillars of light coming into the sky. Like, I don't know. I really like it. I think the OST fits really well. The sound effects are all really good. It's just, like, to me, that's like a really good intro. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it just gets me ready for battle. Like, it's kind of like in the same wavelength as these guys, you know? It's just like we're prepping, we're powering up, we get to see these nice auras, just these like really nice shots. Like, this is like a perfect intro. You know, like, when else are they going to get that animation of like those, you know, the three auras with the light shooting up into the sky with that epic OST playing, you know? Like, when else are they going to use that shot? And I think that that's just perfect use of the animations that Dokkan has at their disposal to make an animation. Now, I wouldn't put it like up here in these tiers just because, like, I mean, listen, dude, Frieza's talking for like half an hour, and like Bardock's is just really well animated, and it like uses a full scene, and just has like more moving parts to it. Theirs is like pretty simple and quick, but it gets the job done, which is, I think, a nice job of the intro. So, next up we have Harudagarn. I mean, do I even need to play this, guys? I guess. Yeah, I mean, the animation is good. There's not really much to the voice acting. I'll give it a C tier. I could probably actually move this guy up. Same thing with him, since I've made that new tier now. Maybe I'll actually do this. Maybe I'll put it in D tier, and it'll just be at the top of D tier. Yeah, because I don't... Or maybe it's just in here somewhere. There's just not going on with this intro. Yeah, you know, the more I think about it, the more it's like back here. It's really well animated, but it's just like, who cares? I mean, it's just like Harudagarn's a kaiju, lightning comes out of the sky, like, you know, big whoop. Let's put it down here with Yamcha. Yeah, like there's just not much to this. You know, like it's a good use of the scene again. I get that they don't have a lot to work here with Harudagarn. You know, it's not like Harudagarn can give some like giant monologue, but unfortunately, like it's not very hype. So we have the Battlefield LR up next. Okay, let's see. Wait, do they not talk? Hang on. Bro, they don't talk. What? Okay. Broly's up next. Okay. Let's just do Broly and Beast Gohan right here. All right, people probably aren't going to like me very much for this. We're going to give Broly the top of C tier. I think the animations are astounding. I think they're really good. The animations are perfect. I understand there's not a whole lot of voice acting that Broly has here, but it's just like, I don't know. Like, it's just okay. Like, it's good. The animations are really, really good, but it's just not like, it's just not doing it for me. And then same thing with Beast. I'm actually going to put Beast at the bottom of B tier right here. Again, it's a really, like, it's a solid intro. It's good. Like, all the shots are really good. We finally get to see, like, multiple angles of Beast Gohan in the game, right? But, yeah, I just, it's not doing it for me. Like, it's just not, it's not on the level of some of these other, like, hype moments that we have in here. So, oh, I'm sorry. This is actually going to go at the bottom of C. I put it at the bottom of B. Yeah, no, it's down here. Like, yeah, I do like this one better than Beast Gohan. Like, there's just not much to it, you know? Like, I think this is just a really good moment. Again, I know they're working with very limited work here, but there's not that much of a difference here between this and Hirudegarn for me, honestly, other than it's Beast and. You know, I mean, they've got all the really good angles. It's like it's kind of like they were finally showing him off. It's like, look, guys, we finally have him in game. Here he is. Like, here's his model. And I think it did the moment really well. I just don't think it's as hype for me as like some of these other ones. And then I do think Broly's is just really crisp. I feel like there's a lot more moving parts to it than this guy's. So that's why it's going up here. Next up, we do have Frieza.
上部ハッチを開けなさい
All right, that's another solid intro. I'm going to put it down here in C tier again. It's kind of like, I'm going to put it actually above Broly. It's really solid. You know, I think it's like a good scene to use for an intro. I mean, that's like the perfect Frieza intro, right? Like him rising out on his pod. Like, I think that's perfect. I don't know. It's just like, again, it's just like short. It's perfect. It's exactly what it needs to be. The OST is really good. But I just like these other ones above it better. So I do like this probably better than Broly's, maybe a little bit lower than Broly's. It's like right around Super Buu. They're both kind of accomplishing the same thing. It establishes character, motive. I don't know what you want to say, but it's just down here for me. Now this next one is good. So let's watch it. We're gonna do both of these. We'll do both of these.
プライドトルーパーズのリーダー自由の戦士トッポ我が名は勇ましく美しい第11宇宙プライドトルーパーズのリーダー自由の戦士トッポ我が名は勇ましく美しい第11宇宙プライドトルーパーズのリーダー自由の戦士トッポ行くバッタージーンスクレダギリュウみんな揃ってギリュウと戦隊
All right, immediately those are both S. Topo, you're like right here. You guys are like right here. I mean, Topo is an S from his OST alone. I'm thinking about doing something. I'm thinking of what if I switched these two? Like these two and these two? What if I switched them? I'm thinking about that a lot right now. What if I just did that? That feels pretty good. Listen, they laid the groundwork for these guys. Am I really saying that they have like... All right, hear me out. If I said this, if I said Topo had the second best intro, I mean, OST, absolutely. Like, absolutely, he has the second best OST. But I think I like theirs better. I think I like Frieza than the Ginyus, yeah. Them as the second best intro in the game at the moment. I mean, we still have a couple more down here to rank, but I think I like that. Yeah, I mean, God Goku is still really good. We'll do this. I'll move them down a little bit. I'll keep God Goku here. I could do this. But no, he needs to be up here. This guy's intro is crazy. I could do that. Topo's has to be in the top tier. Oh, this should be Z now. Sorry, by the way. Topo's has to be up here. OST alone puts it up here. The dab, the color explosion in the background. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. Maybe it's just because like I'm feeling like God Goku's is like old news on me at this point. I've been watching it for like a full year now, over a year. And so maybe this is me rating the new hotness higher, but dude, this guy's OST is just, it's too good not to have him in this top tier right here. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay, and then we'll just play these last three. All right, let's go ahead and round out this tier list right here. So Angel, Super Saiyan 3, Goku. I mean, it's definitely solid. It's going to go, let's put it, maybe I need to fill out this B tier more. Let me move some of these guys up. Booz goes above Goku and Broly, like right here. Goku can go up. Well, Broly's animations are so good, but Goku's has like the voice acting. I really like Booz. And then theirs can just go down here with the rest of the free-to-play ones that don't have voice acting. Theirs is definitely better, though, than... Actually, probably like theirs better. I'll put theirs at the top. Even though they're not talking, I like theirs is really well animated, so I'll put it up there. Okay, let's take a look at the list here. Let's kind of round this out a little bit. We're about to hit an hour on this video. I doubt anyone has actually watched it this long. But I mean, this is going to be a long video, right? Because, you know, the animations, I mean, you know, just the animations alone are going to take up like, you know, 30 minutes or something like that. So, all right, so Frieza as the best still after this many years. Yeah, I still like Frieza as the best. It's so good. The Ginyus is really solid. Saying that they're the second best, I think is really good. I love the roses at the end. But like I think their OST, or I think Frieza's OST is better than theirs. Theirs is really good too. I could probably rank them above the Ginyu Force, but I don't know, like the roses, man. Like the screen, if the roses weren't there, they might even go down a tier. But like they added the screen with the roses. It's like, all right, listen, Dokkan. Okay. Theirs is really good. I think it's well animated. They've got the voice acting. They've got like a lot of different animations going on. You got all the flowing, you know, like hearts and everything. You got the pose at the end. The OST is really solid. This guy's is just, again, really intricate, really good. You got a lot of different scenes happening. It's nice and long, which is what I want to see out of an intro. So this is really good. Toppo's OST is probably the best on this entire list. Like, absolutely. If you guys don't know, I actually uploaded an extended cut of his OST that I did. So, I mean, it's probably the same as everybody else's, but I actually did edit it and put it together. So, if you ever want to listen to it, it's on the channel. I've only uploaded 2 OSTs. You know, I gotta really like an OST to sit down and, like, listen to it long enough to, like, edit it and put it together. So, just know that anytime I post one of those, it's because I really like that OST. So, that's kind of like a signal to you guys that, like, you know, that's what I'm enjoying at the moment. God Goku's is, again, really well animated. It's got a lot of different scenes in it, which I think is really nice. All the shots in it are really good. The OST is, you know, perfect for what it needs to be. It captures the scene really well. His could honestly probably still be above Toppo's, but Toppo's OST is just too powerful. And I think putting God Goku at, like, the top of this tier right here is still, like, respectful to him. Gamma 2's is really solid. It's still short, you know, but his OST is, again, like, kind of carrying the bulk of his. He's got the nice pose, you know, it's got the really good sound effects. Everything just flows, and it just, like, feels good as an intro. Like, again, there's intros that whenever I go into battle, I want to watch them, and then there's others like, I don't know, like there's like these that I want to skip them. Like I do not care. Same thing with like this guy and like these two. It's like I do not care if we watch these intros or not. Whereas these, it's like, all right, dude, we have to watch these animations if they're in the videos. So even though I usually do cut out most intros unless they're like the showcase character, but even then I may not show them all the time just because it's like, all right, let's get to the video, you know. Fusion Zamasu's is still very, very good. I could probably move him up a tier, but I think down here is fine. Well, should I move him up a tier? I should. I should put him up here. Zamasu deserves to be up here. Omega's is really solid. Do I need to move him up a tier? Probably. I don't want to overcrowd this double S tier, you know? Maybe I should move them down and move Omega up. Let's do that. Yeah, they can be at the top of A. And we've got Turles is still really good. And again, theirs is solid. I guess theirs doesn't have much going on, though. It's just them standing there, raising their arms and talking. The OST is pretty solid. This feels pretty comfortable for them. I do like theirs. His is really short, but it's, again, his is just really powerful. It's kind of like Gamma 2's. Gamma 2's is really short, but it's powerful. Same thing with him. Majin Vegeta's is fine. It's just kind of like a little melancholy, which, I mean, of course, it's a sad moment. But, like, it just doesn't get you, like, super hyped. I mean, he's got, like, the arm flex and everything, but I don't know. I can't put it up here with the rest of these. These two are really good, but they're shortish. But I do like them. Same thing. Like a lot of these in B tier are just animations that I like, but they're not quite like elite. Like I think some of these other ones are. C tier. I mean, these are all, again, just like they're kind of short or there's not a lot going on with them, but they're solid animations for the character. D, these are just like way too short, or there's things about them that I don't like. This one's probably being underrated at this point by me, and it's also probably just because I hate this unit, but I'm just not a huge fan of their intro. And I think everything else in here. And then F tier, I mean, I think F tier is probably the tier that I am like the strongest and most comfortable about, other than the ordering. I mean, the ordering in here is probably like not good, but let's ignore the ordering of this, you know. Let's ignore the ordering. We need voice acting on all of these, okay? No, get you... Wait, who did I move? I moved someone. Oh, it's this guy. There we go. Yeah, like... hers just might as well not even exist. Like this is the most nothing intro. Theirs are so short, they're basically nothing. This one is solid, but there's no voice acting. These two have crunchy audio and they're really short. This has no audio, and this one's just kind of like whatever. Same thing with this one. This one's just like no audio. This one is probably of the free to play, or like of the intros down here that could work without audio, this one probably works the best without audio. Like this one doesn't really need audio, like of them speaking, but it's still just like, you know, come on, you know. So this one's fine, but again, I don't think there's voice acting on it. Same thing with this one. So that loses points for me. So yeah, I don't know if this is really a definitive list. I probably have too many tiers up here. I could probably kind of consolidate this into like high, mid, and then like low tier. But yeah, generally, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this. I wouldn't say that any of these are like set in stone. If you want to say that one is better than another, I mean, that's obviously fine. This is just kind of how I was feeling in this moment. It gives me a video to put out for tomorrow, and I'm pretty happy with it. So you guys let me know what you think. Let me know where your favorite animations rank. Let me know where your least favorite animations rank. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys next time.